Welcome to the Black Girl Bravado podcast, your weekly fix for all things mental health and wellness. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Germany. And not only are we besties, but we're your besties. You heard me right. It's homegirl vibes here.
Get ready for the girls to dish the real, the raw, and the fucking funny.
And listen, we may drag you, but it's always in love. Let's start the show, cuties.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back, cuties. What?
Cutie patooties.
Welcome back,
with the big
y'all.
old booties. You a
Yeah.
cutie patootie with a big old booty.
Welcome back.
How are you doing today?
I am.
Talk to me. Let me know some. How are you?
I'm feeling really good.
How's your
actually.
heart?
My heart is really good. I feel like I've been working on my heart posture a lot, actually. Now that you say that, and I've been feeling really good. Like I've been really trying to be just aware of my thoughts and the thoughts that I think of other people. Working on my humility. Working on my self-righteousness, I guess I would call it. So I really feel like I've been checking myself. Like I just been in the space of feeling really happy for people and like wanting the best for them and checking my own, like, you know, biases or reservations when I might be feeling a little something like, So I've been feeling really good. And I've been also feeling really grateful for what I have.
That's good.
What about you? Talk to me.
I'm feeling pretty good as well.
Good.
Honestly. It's been a good year so far.
Just kicked it off and it's been great.
I know. So far, you know, we're in February.
Mm-hmm.
She's making her way out of here.
Actually, we're in March.
Oh, we're in March.
March.
When you hear this, we'll be in March.
February
has somewhere to go.
Yeah.
For sure. But you know what? I'm just overall have had a sense of like taking it easy on myself, being easy on myself, going with the flow, but also making sure that I'm doing my part, that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to, you know, accomplish the things that I want to accomplish. And just like I said, not being so hard on myself like I've been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I've been very critical of myself, and I feel like I haven't been doing that lately. I've been learning a lot about myself too, intentionally.
Love that.
But this week, today, I'm feeling good, you know?
That's good. And I hope all of y'all out there, especially the girlies and the boys, whoever else is listening to this,
the way we say boys.
Boys. The girlies and the boys, the they, thems, everybody all over the place. I hope y'all are feeling good too. Y'all who are watching us on YouTube, because you know you can watch us on YouTube.
You can, and you should be watching us on YouTube. You guys not only need to watch, but you should subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
You should subscribe to the YouTube. We're not doing this stuff for shits and giggles. I don't know if anyone thinks that we are, but if you thought that we were, we're not.
Stop laughing.
Stop
laughing, because that's not it.
We need everybody clocked in and locked in.
Listen.
This is the year of clocking in.
I was just about to say
and
that.
And locking in.
This is the year.
This is the year of that.
Have we done anything fun in the last few weeks?
We have. We've done tons. We went to the candlelight concert.
Well, things that we hadn't talked about.
Oh,
I'm
no,
trying to
we
bring
need to
the girls
schedule
up to
some
speed.
stuff. We had a photo shoot that was really fun. So we had a photo shoot. You guys have seen the photos by now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like our annual photo shoot. We're gonna start doing them more frequently. But the girlies need a refresh. You know, you guys need to see that the skin's still glowing and the hair is still growing.
And the hair's still flowing.
Skin's glowing and hair's flowing.
That's it.
The girlies are growing.
And the success is showing.
I was thinking that when we were taking our photos, like we were planning out the looks and things that we needed for our photo shoot. We are still our own stylists. We're still our own location scouters. And we're also the models.
Yeah.
And the people
and the makeup artists.
And the makeup artists.
The producers.
We're all of that. But I was thinking, one of our looks, our scenes was like a celebratory scene. And I'm like, I love how we don't have anything to celebrate yet. But
we're looking forward to
having
we're already
something.
putting it on the calendar.
We're looking forward to having something to celebrate. And when we do have it, we're going to be equipped with our photo.
The moments. What I love is how y'all know that they're new photos. Are these new photos?
Yeah, sometimes are these new? Yeah.
We love a bestie photo. I'm like, girls, yes.
They're
take
new.
notice of.
They're new.
Yeah, it's always fun when we can like play and dress up and have these moments where we get to exude our confidence and somebody captures it. That's really, really fun.
It's really hard being a model. We've been taking these damn pictures for years and I'm shaking every time. It's
I'm
because
not.
I don't be taking pictures in the interim.
I feel like we do really well together,
I feel
honestly.
like we photograph really well together. That's what makes me feel
Confident?
because I'm like, when we get together,
If something happens,
it reads well.
we melt into one another, and multiple photographers have told us that we just melt. Yes, that it literally just comes
They
together
told us
really
that
nicely.
we gel.
They weren't lying.
Yeah, so you guys we'll be seeing those photos. That was one thing that we've done.
I think that was the biggie.
I think that was.
Yeah, really fun. But we're here today.
We've been watching Love is Blind and Risa Tisa.
Oh my goodness.
But anywho,
we're here today.
We're here, and this is I don't know if we have a series this month.
I don't think we do. It's just going to be a collection of great episodes, a goodie bag of sorts.
Another goodie bag.
Another goodie bag, because sometimes you can't contain it all.
You can't.
You can't put it in a box. You can't put a label on it.
Sometimes you can't, and you just have to rock with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to rock with it. We're not here to force anything, so I'm cool with it being another goodie bag.
Me too.
So today we're talking about something that's very important. Something that might be often overlooked, but it can really make or break the trajectory of your life. And usually that's what our episode topics are about.
Yeah.
The pertinent information, the things that you need to be dialed in on, locked in, and tapped in about, because you are the ruler of your life. So today we're talking about choices.
Yeah.
You remember that E40 song?
Yup. That was
Everybody got choices.
Yep. Yeah, of course I remember that song. It wasn't a favorite of mine, but I do remember
it. Wasn't a favorite of mine either, but it was, E40, his songs are memorable.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
stick.
For sure.
The way he be talking in them circles. But everything is a choice, y'all.
Yeah.
Literally. Every day we are making choices. Everything that we do is a choice.
And don't do is a choice. That's the real tea. Like, I feel like when you really think about choices and how many choices that we're like actually making, I think I seen online that the average adult makes like 33,000 choices a day, and like 226 of those choices are just about food, like what you're gonna eat. So when you really think of how many choices that we are constantly presented with, how many decisions that we are making, whether they're unconscious or conscious, a lot is happening, and we get in the way of like going through life just like on autopilot and not really taking into consideration that, I have the power to make things really, really good if I tap in and understand the choices that are really available to me, the options that are available to me, and make better decisions.
Yeah. Especially decisions that can empower us. I do often feel like, because it's something that feels like it's happening passively, even though it might not be happening passively, but it feels like that, we don't really sit down.
We can count on you to have a frog.
Here she is. I don't know where she comes from. She just jumps in my damn throat.
Only here. I don't really hear a frog when we're like talking casually.
Because I have some things to say. That is the devil.
It's itching
That's
to come
the devil.
out. That is not the devil. That is your passion coming up out of you. Your purpose.
We'll call it passion and purpose.
It's coming up out of you.
I was saying, I can say that often it feels like a passive thing sometimes, because we make so many. 33 to 35,000 is a lot.
Yeah.
And it feels like, you're just going through your day to day. But when you really sit down and think about it, like, life is a culmination of all of our choices. That makes me want to choose differently.
Of course.
That makes me want to take a step back and say, hold on.
Yeah.
What are the choices that I'm making?
Well, what am I really doing here?
What am I really doing? Are they in alignment with the person that I say I want to be?
Yeah.
Are they going to help propel me further down the path that I say I want to go down?
Yeah.
Is this why I feel stuck sometimes? Like, what is really happening? And I feel like this is a great starting point.
It is. Because your choices, when you are actively making great decisions or aware of your choices, then you are really deciding who you want to be. You're deciding who you motherfucking want to be. And I feel like, as a Libra girly, and being like an indecisive girly, like, oh, I'm so indecisive. Like even in my indecisiveness, I'm still making a choice.
You are.
My choice is to not choose. You know what I mean? And even sometimes when we think that, oh, I didn't have a choice or I'm not thinking about it, you still chose that.
You did something.
And this when we were thinking about this or writing this up, preparing our notes, because we're note girlies.
We have notes.
There's of course. Notes. I was thinking about how sometimes we have these situations where we feel like we fell into a decision, or like not even a decision, because the decision is very intentional, but like we just fell into a situation without a choice. And I liken this to like how women, when we meet somebody, we know off rip if we gonna fuck. After the first few interactions,
oh yeah,
we know.
We make the choice. It's like tonight,
or not even tonight. If it happens
today, we know we gonna link and we'll be like, if it happens, I'm cool with it, and we prepare for it to happen.
Exactly.
We make sure everything's
whatever
in place.
You got to do. You've meal prepped. You've waxed,
wipes.
Honey pot. Dating has been scheduled.
Yeah, everything's in. It's like if
you've lowered your inhibitions.
If he pulls my pants, if he tries to pull them to the side, I'm gonna let him.
And my thing is, in the moment, it might feel like, oh, well, we just did what adults do. No, girl, you had already made the decision long ago.
Yeah, because for real.
And that's how it feels when you think about like how autopilot you feel like you are, but even still, you have made a decision long ago. You will get to the point where you felt like you didn't make a choice, you still made a choice. So
that was a good example.
I think about myself. And also, y'all, I seen this video on TikTok, just bringing it around to real life. And this guy was talking about how if somebody cheats on you, disclaimer, do whatever you want to do. If you want to take them back, take them back. If you don't, you don't. But he was just saying that there's never like a situation where it was a mistake. And I feel like as people who might make mistakes will deflect from accountability and be like, oh, I didn't mean to. It was a mistake. It was a one-time thing. It just happened. But really, to our point, life is a culmination of choices. So even when you make a mistake in quotes, right, wrong decision, something that goes against the integrity or whatever the moral code that was, the expectations that were set, you made a choice. That was a culmination of choices. To get the number, to talk in the DMs, to link, right? To decide
to cheat,
to go further, to resist, knowing you should hold back, and you decide to go forward. There's tons of choices that are constantly being made. So at this big age, there is no mistake. There is no it just happened. Nothing just happens, babe. Right. Even you getting in your car to drive over to where you were going to do the dirt was a choice. There was many opportunities for you to stop yourself.
We're thinking the whole way.
You're not
even
thinking.
If I'm not doing something sneaky like that, I'm thinking the whole way, like, okay, I'm making the choice. Oh, this is really what we're doing. Okay. And so if this happens and then that happens and then this is what we're thinking.
There's constantly.
We're thinking.
Yes.
The wheels are turning. Mm-hmm. So you're right. You're absolutely right.
It never gave mistake. Now you can be gracious and allow yourself to forgive, but it cannot be under the guise that this was
a mistake.
That it just happened.
Yeah, it gives owner.
It could be a mistake, but it didn't just happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It was a mistake, but it's not like you just slipped into the coochie.
You never did that.
You never
actually took steps. You actually pulled out a map, put your shoes on, walked over there, and then fell in.
Yeah, you never unknowingly just slipped into it.
You didn't.
You knew what the hell was going on. Mm-hmm. You knew what was going on. But back to you saying that, like, we get to choose who we want to be and what we want to have. I saw something else where this girl, she was saying that the choices that we're making right now is for our future selves. Mm-hmm. Like, we really need to be thinking about that. I feel like sometimes that's another thing that makes us choose passively, because we're thinking about current, like where we're at right now.
For sure.
Like right now, this is where I'm at. It might not be where I want to be or anywhere near that. And so you're making choices from that mindset, from that space, instead of thinking about how would the person who I want to be, how would they be choosing? Would they be waking up earlier? Would they be making sure, they're sticking to their plan, their routine, their schedule? Would they be doing this? What would they be doing that I'm not doing? And let me start choosing those types of behaviors and activities and ways of thinking so that I can eventually become that person.
Yeah. And I think what we really have to do is just try to always operate, choose, think from our higher self. Our highest, most evolved self, right? Which would be the future self. In the future, you would hope that you would be evolved, more refined, advanced, further along. You know, even if that future self is just a few months ahead. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes that also keeps us in this limited way of thinking where our perspective is kind of like so here and now, that the future doesn't have to be 10 years from now. It doesn't have to be 5 years from now. It could be, what does myself 6 months from now look like? 1 year from now look like? Like, you could be working towards that person, the near future. So yeah, it does happen. It does happen because, baby, the way you be feeling in the moment will definitely keep you from doing some shit.
The way I felt in the moment has kept me doing things I don't want to do, that I knew I didn't need to be doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know I'm not supposed to be doing this.
I know I'm not supposed to be in this with them.
But I'm in it.
That's
Right now, it feels easier.
Yeah.
You know, right now, this feels like easy to do. So I'm going to do it. And it's still a choice.
Yeah.
It's just not always the best choice.
Yeah.
So I think it's important that we call out that there's a difference between choice and decision making.
Mm-hmm.
Because although it can be subtle, it's important for us to understand the difference.
Yeah.
So let's get into the differences. So choice refers to your ability to select between two or more options. So you're looking at a menu and you're choosing between the carbonara and the burger. Okay? It's the potential for action, not the action itself. It can be unconscious or spontaneous.
Mm-hmm.
Like grabbing a red apple instead of a green apple. And it can be influenced by factors that are beyond your control. For example, like having a lack of options.
Yeah. Okay. And decision making. Decision making is the process of actively selecting one option from the available choices. So like Brittany mentioned, if you're at a restaurant, you're looking at the menu, you see a ton of options available, chicken, carbonara, whatever else you said, steak, burrito, veggie bowl, I don't know. And you go with the steak chimichurri, right? That is the actual decision making. Decisions involve conscious thought and an evaluation of the options and consequences. It also requires effort and focus to consider potential outcomes. And lastly, it aims to choose the best option based on your values, goals, and the information available to you. So, yes.
This is some critical thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
With the decision making.
Yeah, yeah. And I think the restaurant analogy was really good because when you think about, I think the best way to consider is that choices are, yes, all of the options. The decision making is the act of choosing. So that's where we kind of get him sort of mixed up. Like you think that your choices are you choosing, but it's not. Once you've made the decision, it is the act of choosing. That's what your decision is. Coming to the act of the choice that you've made.
With
choices,
a variety of choices
all the time. But when you settle on something, then you have made a decision and you have made a choice. Yeah. You get that? The breakdown.
So choice requires less effort because this is just what's in front of us. But when it comes to the decision making, which is ultimately us choosing,
the act of choosing,
the
action of choosing, yes,
that's when we really need to tap in.
Yes, exactly.
That's when we really need to tap in and figure out what would be the best choice for me out of all of the options that I have in front of me.
Yes, because choices are unconscious. Decisions are conscious. They're always conscious. I've made a decision. I am deciding to do this. That is the difference.
Okay. So the choices,
we're evolving here.
The choices lead to your decision making.
Yes.
They're intertwined.
They are. There's an intersection.
They're twin sisters. Are we saying they're twin sisters?
Fraternal. They could be twins, but fraternal.
But not identical.
No. They're fraternal. They share blood. They could be even same mama, same dad. I mean, same daddy, same mama, different daddy. You know that damn near make us.
Yeah. That makes
same. That's same.
The mother's the same.
Yeah. Once the mama the same,
once the mama the same, it's giving whole sister.
Listen, it
never
brother. Gave half.
It never gave half.
No, it didn't. No.
Same mama, we whole.
Same mama, it's all the same.
Yeah, same mama, we
same
whole.
Mama, we might as well have the same daddy.
Yeah. Same mama, we grew up in the same house.
Yeah.
Where are you calling them my half anything?
It never gave half. I don't even call my brothers half, and we ain't got the same mama.
I've never used
it. Just really depends on how you're raised.
Yeah, it depends on how you're raised.
Because, baby, mine are mine.
Period.
Hoes.
So, y'all sit tight. We're going to be right back after this break to finish talking about choices. Okay, y'all. We're back.
Hey.
So, I think it's important for us to really talk about like our mind and the thought process when it comes to this choice, because I feel like it's something simple. Like, you got choices, pick the best choice, think about it and make the best choice. But I know for a fact how it feels when it comes down to making these decisions
based on
the choices and the options that we have.
Yeah.
So there's something called choice mechanism. There's a mechanism when it comes to these choices. And our choices are determined by two opposing systems. So we have the automatic system and we have the reflective system. So there was an experiment done with some researchers. They had a group of students, and they told them, it was a marshmallow experiment, and they told them, okay, you have two options, two choices. You can get they had the marshmallows.
And these are children.
These are children. Yeah, these are children. They sat them at the table and they put the marshmallow in front of them. And they said, you can eat the marshmallow right now, or you can wait for 15 minutes and then you'll get two marshmallows. Right? So the kids who decided to eat the marshmallow immediately, they were using their automatic system response. They were turned on by that stimuli, the smell of the marshmallow, having that sweet treat right in front of you that I wanted right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The instant gratification. Give me that. I'm eating it. It's right here. It's right now. I don't even need the two. Just give me the one right now. That's the automatic. Then the students who decided to wait were using their reflective system response. And so while they were doing this experiment, they said that the reflective system response is when you start to bring in the logic, the critical thinking,
the reasoning.
All I have to wait is 15 minutes and then I'm going to have double what I would have had if I would have gotten it immediately. When you really start to think about the decision that you're going to make, that's reflective. And you know what was really, really mind-blowing is they followed up with these children years later, and they discovered that only 30% of those children use their reflective system to wait and get the marshmallows.
Wow.
When they followed up with them, they found that the children who use their reflective system were more successful financially, mentally, health-wise. More logic, more reason. Were doing better.
I feel like if I was in that situation, I would have likely used my reflective system. I feel like I've always been a pretty practical child. And I would have probably been like, I'll just take the two. 15 minutes is not a long time to wait. I will wait. But maybe not. I don't know. I don't know how I will.
Yeah, I don't know.
How my child like mine
They didn't say how old these kids were. We've seen this experiment when they like put their fruit snacks in front of them. They didn't tell
some of the kids can't wait.
Yeah, some of the kids can't wait. I don't think they presented it as like, you're going to get more. It was just like, wait.
I feel like I could always wait. If you promise me more.
If you promise me more, I feel like I can wait.
I can wait.
Because that's the thing with me. That's the thing with me sometimes with my choices. Sometimes you don't know what the outcome will be.
Yeah, then it makes you just let me. That's a scarcity mindset.
That's a scarcity. Sometimes you don't know what the outcome will be. But if you tell me the outcome is going to be abundant,
then I'll wait.
I just got to wait. Oh, I can wait.
I'll wait.
You're guaranteeing.
It's a promise.
You're guaranteeing that this is going to be good. I'm going to wait. I've been waiting. I can wait.
Big reflective mindset mechanism. I'm waiting on you, baby.
I know.
And you better have it. You better have it like you said, because then I'm going to be pissed off.
I'm going to be pissed off if I done waited and it's not giving what you said it was going to give. That would piss me off for sure. That would make me mad. But I mean, yeah, I feel like I go back and forth. I feel like I typically, this is the thing.
What?
I feel like typically I do the reflective. I am tapped into my reflective system. And the times when I'm not, when I'm tapped into the automatic, it's like I have the awareness. I'm just choosing.
Yeah. To not.
I'm choosing.
The instant gratification.
I'm choosing to not be in tune.
And not operate from your highest self.
I'm choosing to not.
And that is a choice, right? At work, we have this, I don't even want to say it's a phrase, but it is something that we say, is that people have the right to make a choice even if it's a bad one. People, if they're in their right mind, alert and oriented times 4. And they are making a decision that you think is like against the medical team's advice, or, not going against the treatment plan. It's like everybody has the right to make a decision, even if it's a bad one. So, yeah, even in that, right? You are deciding that I'm going to make this decision, and it might not be my best decision. I know it's probably not, but it's the choice that I'm making right now.
It is. And I think that that sort of thinking should not be used broadly. There's different types of choices.
Yeah.
And we're about to get into them. That might be better to do if you're going to do it when it's the micro thing.
A micro choice.
But when it's something macro, you really want to be tuned into your reflective system thinking.
Yes. So because our lives are made up of a bunch of different choices, right? Things that impact us greatly, and then things are just more frivolous. We think that it would be helpful to break down the different types of choices that we make. So we briefly mentioned micro choices. Micro choices are momentary, right? They can be quick, everyday decisions with minimal long-term impact. Like, what do you want to eat for breakfast? What do you want to wear today? What time you're going to get up? Are you going to snooze 10 minutes? Little things like that. They could be habitual. This looks like automatic choices based on your routine or ingrained practices. Like you take the same route to work every day. Maybe you check your phone first thing in the morning, or you respond to emails at a particular time. And they can also be reactive. So these are decisions that are made in response to immediate situations, like choosing how to respond to your coworkers, or choosing how to react in a frustrating situation. Maybe the weather changed and you grab your umbrella. Things that, are a response to something else happening.
Yeah. But the thing that hit me with the micro is the habitual things.
Mm-hmm.
I've been making a choice to get on my phone first thing in the morning. And that's the micro habit choice that I need to change.
And the thing about micro choices is that they can impact your macro choices.
They can.
It's
something that can
it's like exactly this small habit that you do, or this small choice that you make, can in return maybe affect your mental health or your mental wellness, or there's just little things that you think are not making an impact that
they are in the grand scheme of things. If you keep doing it, it turns into a macro.
It's atomic
effects.
habits.
It turns into having a macro effect.
Yeah.
So our macro choices, these can be lifelong. So decisions that affect your long-term consequences, your career path, getting married, having children, financial decisions that impact your financial well-being, like buying a house, investing, managing your debt. And then values driven. So these are choices that are aligned with your core beliefs and principles, like advocating for a cause, choosing environmentally friendly products, or pursuing a creative passion. The heavy hitters. Yeah. The heavy hitters that, they always say this, but I've been seeing it floating around more frequently.
What?
Who you decide to partner with.
Oh, yeah. Big macro choice.
Can drastically
make or break you.
For
sure.
It can improve your life, or it can have it in the dirt.
And I think not
literally
only partner
and figuratively,
with, but like who you decide to be friends with, who you allow next to you, your inner circle.
Yeah.
And that might seem like such a micro thing, like, oh, friends come and go. But it's like when you're really investing in building relationships with people, their habits rub off on you. Their way of thinking might rub off on you. You really are only as good as the sum of the people you're hanging out with. What they say?
The 5 people
you hang out with, this group sum.
You're the sum. You're the sum of the 5 people you hang out with.
There we go. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It matters.
It matters. It really matters. Like, don't let nobody try to convince you that it doesn't matter, because people will do that. Like, your individual, whatever you're doing is what's going to be reflective of like your life. But know.
We're human. We're human, and we're doing this together, and there's no way to not be influenced. There's no way to not feel, I think influence is just the biggest way. Like you honestly
to not be impacted.
Yeah, are rubbing off on one another. And hopefully if you got some good people around you, it's for the better. But we also know, y'all, I have been in some sick situations with people. And I'm not saying just men, in relationships where we were just
vibing,
going off vibes, baby, and circling the drain. Exactly, circling the drain at one time. I had a wild year. I want to say year before I started grad school, baby. I tell you, it was.
Yeah, you tell me about the wild summer.
It was wild. I've never told y'all, but I was doing some things.
Summer before grad school.
I was doing some things, and I know that it was based on the people that I was hanging out with, because that was acceptable. That was cool.
That was a culture.
I don't even want to tell y'all. I'm right there on the edge of being like, this what I was doing, but
you can say it. journey.
Every time I gotta peel back a layer on this
An
podcast. Damn.
An onion layer.
Okay, fine.
Because you're evolved. You know,
I
you're
am
not
evolved.
currently in it.
I am evolving. This was like 10 years ago.
You love to put a time frame on something.
It was like 10 years ago. I was like 25, 20,
Okay.
maybe even younger, 24, whenever grad school was. I don't remember. A young girl. 10 years ago. Now, y'all, this was in the height of the pill era. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, it was running rampant then.
It was the height of like, oh, we taking ecstasy, Molly, whatever your thing was. I don't know if it was even your thing, but it was going around. It was happening. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, like every other weekend, I was hanging out with.
It was your vice.
It was it was like, it was fun. It was kind of like fun. I'm just gonna say it. It was a fun thing to do. I never hurt myself. Thank God. I was protected, covered. Exactly. I never got into anything that I shouldn't have got into. However, it was and I don't want to say it was becoming a problem, because it wasn't. It was like small doses where it was still controllable, but knowing myself, that's not who I am. You feel me? Like, I'm not the kind of person who wants to go out and do drugs every weekend. Although it was fun in the moment. But when I take a step back and I reflect, I'm like, bro, you were really doing too much.
It wasn't your highest.
It's like, it's like every now and again, listen, do what you do. Have your fun. But every other weekend, but it's because the people I was hanging with, that's what we considered fun at the time. So my whole point in sharing that and being a big sister to y'all right now, is saying you are the culmination of the people that you are hanging out with, right? If you have homegirls who don't get down like that, or who don't think certain things are cute or that's acceptable, then guess what? You're less likely to participate in certain activities. And usually, hopefully, fingers crossed, is for the betterment of the person that you are becoming. That's it.
And it is.
Yeah, I don't do that no more, y'all. I don't know, and it's no shame on nobody who do it, because if I wanted to do it, I would.
Right.
And that's just that, because I be doing other stuff. Okay. So personal choices, which is a great segue. Personal choices that we make are around our health and wellness. So decisions impacting your physical and mental well-being, like choosing healthy foods or exercising regularly or deciding to seek therapy. Having a therapist. Around your relationships looks like choices affecting your connections with others, like setting boundaries, resolving conflicts, or pursuing romantic relationships. And then those self-development choices that we have to make, deciding if we're going to strive for personal growth and learning, taking up new hobbies, or pursuing education and practicing mindfulness.
The personal choices they rule my life.
Yeah.
They rule all of our lives, but this is the pocket I feel like I be in the most.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to do? What am I not going to do?
Yeah.
It's usually in the personal choice pocket.
Yeah, for sure. I live in the personal choice pocket as well.
Yeah. Am I going to go to the gym today? And then it's that back and forth dialogue. Like, oh, I don't really feel like it, but you need to do it because, you know, keep the promise you made to yourself. And these are the benefits. And y'all know the deal.
Yes.
Okay. So, the final type of choices we make are our professional choices. So we have our career. These are decisions related to your work plan, like choosing a job, seeking promotions, or changing careers if you have to make a pivot. If you want to do something differently. That is literally a choice. And I really want to empower us and bring that back to the front of our awareness if it's been in the back. Yeah. That is a choice.
Bring it to the front,
because I know a lot of us show up to these white men gigs day in and day out and we're not happy.
Yeah, we were talking about that recently. Even that's a choice, y'all. Staying in jobs that we're not happy in, staying in relationships we're not fulfilled in, staying in relationships where we feel like there's no reciprocity. You know, like there's so many choices that we are making. And yes, the job is one of them. And I'm glad you've highlighted that, because y'all, these are jobs. These are jobs. Some of us are not working in a career. Okay. So it's okay to pack your shit and leave.
That's okay.
It's okay to pack your shit and leave if you are not happy.
Even if it is a career, it's okay to pivot and find a new company where you can flourish in that career. Yes. You know what I'm saying? We are not trees.
No.
We can get up
and go. We're like house plants or something like that.
We're little
we're house plants, you know, like a big fiddle. It got nice big roots. You can flourish, but guess what, baby? If we need to pick up and go, we can go.
You can repot it.
Okay.
Put it in a new environment.
It's not giving stationary.
It's not, and we got to keep that. So another part of our professional choices is our work-life balance. So these choices impact how you manage your work demands and your personal time, like setting boundaries in the workplace, utilizing that PTO, taking vacations, time off, mental health days, sick days,
all the days.
Time off.
Take them.
And negotiating, if it's possible, flexible work arrangements. Hey, we need some flexibility.
Can I get a hybrid?
Or
a hybrid,
finding a job that promotes flexible work arrangements. And then your professional development. So these are decisions that you make that are aimed at your career development, like acquiring new skills, obtaining certifications, attending conferences, seeking memberships in professional communities. Choices that can help propel you further. We all have a choice to make. Whatever job you're working at, I can guarantee you that there are some opportunities for professional development. Now, it's your choice if you want to utilize it and tap in. But they're available. And every day, a lot of us make the choice to do not a goddamn thing. And then be wondering why we're feeling like, oh my God, I'm so stagnant. I'm so tired of this. And I'm just over this. But we are making a choice to continue on each day.
Yes.
Not making not one change.
Yeah.
We got to stop that.
Yeah. And what I really love here is that understanding the different types of choices that we are faced with can help us continue to navigate life's like complexities. It's not just one area that you feel like you have choice in or agency over. I only have agency over my personal choices because my job, they tell me what to do and I don't. No, the more we realize and the sooner we realize how many areas of our lives are impacted by our choices, our options, our decision making, we're going to get further. We're going to get further and we're going to go there faster. Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break and we will come right back. Okay, y'all. Welcome.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Hopefully y'all know what that is.
Yes, hopefully. You know, one thing that I feel like I felt, and people probably can resonate with this, is feeling like, well, I don't even have my choices are limited.
Yeah.
It feels like my choices are limited. So what really is going on? It kind of has stripped away my power.
Yeah.
I've given away my power, really. When I'm thinking about, oh, the choices are limited. And that's completely understandable. It's understandable to feel like you have limited choices because of your situation or your circumstances. Maybe life has dealt you a shitty hand. That happens.
You ain't got no space, baby.
You know, maybe the cards that you were dealt,
you playing with clubs and diamonds.
It was subpar.
Yeah.
That happens because we all do have different advantages and different disadvantages. We're not negating that. That is a
for
thing.
Sure.
You know, you can feel like, okay, baby, the walls are closing in. I'm battling. I'm stuck. But it's important to remember that even when you have limitations, even when your cards look different, you still have agency.
Yeah.
You still have the choice, the option to choose.
Yeah. Even when it's feeling tough, even when it feels like you're down
even
and
when
out
the sun
and up
don't
against
shine.
the ropes. So yeah.
And there's ways that you can navigate this, because we don't want to keep ourselves stuck feeling like, this girl, you know, they got what they call a silver spoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, silver spoon. They're Nepo babies.
Ooh, I would love to be a Nepo baby. I'm not going to hold you. I actually would love that.
I would love to. I too would love to be a Nepo baby. But I'm not.
And you can't act like you don't have any ability. You can't act like you don't have any options available to make life better or, you know, more fulfilling because you're not a Nepo baby, or because you didn't come from money, or because somebody graduated and you didn't, or because they got a plug, they got a connection. You feel me? They mama the boss.
And that's teeth. You just said because they didn't graduate. I was talking to someone who was very successful. They didn't graduate college. They went to college, but they didn't graduate college.
It's a joke.
And some way, somehow, they have managed to climb up a corporate ladder, director level, be a mover and a shaker. And I'm like, that's because they chose.
Listen.
To still make moves, still navigate, still do what they needed to do to fulfill their path, while somebody could choose to be just like what you said. I don't have it. I don't have a degree. I'm not even going to try.
Sometimes we have the degree and still don't try. So, I mean, it's really about what you make it. And we have to realize that the power's in our hands. The choice is ours to decide what we're going to do, to make good decisions. So the first thing that you can do if you feel like you have limitations or you don't have as many choices as other people is to shift your perspective. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, start thinking about what you do have, right? Maybe you can't change your whole situation, but you can make some adjustments to particular parts of your situation, right? Like maybe the way that you choose to look at your situation or the way you choose to react to your situation. So you just need to look for small areas where you can make better decisions. And even if it seems insignificant, do it anyway, right?
Do something.
Do something like, think about this. Do you get to choose your breakfast? Do you get to choose your outfit? Do you get to choose your morning routine?
Right.
You feel me? Like, do you get to choose what time you wake up? Do you get to choose what it is that you feed yourself? How long you're going to be on social media? There's aspects of our situations that are always in our control and that we have the ability to impact. Act like it.
For real.
Right? And then when you think about it, do you feel empowered with the choices that you are making? Right?
I like that. The next thing that you can do if you feel like you are limited in your choice, you can reframe your situation.
Mm-hmm.
So with this, instead of seeing your limitations as barriers, view them as challenges to overcome. Let's
the hurdles.
This.
Remember hurdles? What was that track star? Hurdles.
Hurdles. Jumping over the hurdles.
My little ex boo boo.
I tried, girl. I fucked myself.
Brittany, I can't even imagine you doing hurdles.
I couldn't either. I couldn't.
My ex nigga used to do the hurdles.
He was a runner. He's a track star.
He was. He did hurdles.
Okay.
I'd be like, go.
So ask yourself, when you decide to like view these as challenges to overcome, what can I learn from this?
Yes.
We love when we get introspective.
You know, this has to be the year of me looking at every situation not like a barrier or an obstacle, but like, how can I overcome it?
Yeah.
It's waiting for me. It was waiting to be overcame.
That's how I've been feeling. Whenever I feel like I'm met with something that might not be favorable or might not be something that I like, I automatically have been going into, what can I learn from this? What is this trying to teach me? How can I become stronger from this? How can I do things differently the next time? Because what I don't want to happen is I'm consistently met with
the same
thing over and over, and I'm trying to like do better with my patterns and see how making different choices and decisions can benefit me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's not to say that I'm not going to be met with challenges, but this is important. Get inquisitive. Ask yourself, how can I do better? Reframe it. We're reframing it, okay? And this can help you find some creative solutions and opportunities to free you from these constraints. The chains. The chains. We're breaking them.
Break every chain.
We're breaking them.
Next thing you can do is focus on your values. So what matters most to you in life? When you connect your choices with your core values, even the smallest decisions can feel more meaningful, right? Like if you are a person who values integrity and you dealing with somebody who has none, choice is easy.
Feels fraud.
Choice is easy. I'm only doing things that align me with what I truly see for myself, right? So you should be asking yourself, is this choice in alignment with what truly matters to me?
That always gathers me.
And this can help make sure that you're prioritizing choices that are most aligned and authentic with not only who you currently are, but the person that you want to be. You want to do things that are fulfilling. Yeah. You know, I feel like there's a lot in the podcast space, or a lot that comes with doing this type of work, y'all. There's things that we feel like we don't have, you know, as far as like exposure or a team. And then there's, you know, where it can feel limiting, like we don't have what everybody else has, or why don't they see us the way we know we need to be seen?
Right.
But when the opportunity presents for us to like, we get to choose to create good content and mainly produce and put out content that aligns with what it is that we see for this show. We don't want to go the fast route. We want to go the quality over quantity route.
Right.
So my whole point is that even when you feel like back is against the wall, I don't have any options, it's like, am I doing something that's at least fulfilling to me right now? And then hopefully it's going to get the fruits of the labor.
Yeah.
Fruits of labor.
We want to hope.
You know.
It's really, I'm trying to say. This is really all like interwoven and connected like focusing on the values is really real, because that's when I start to feel the cognitive dissonance sometimes. When I know I'm making a choice.
Yeah, doing wrong.
When I know, because like I said, a lot of the times when I make the choices that aren't the best, I'm aware and choosing to move forward anyway. But I'm always slapped in the ass with a little bit of cognitive dissonance, like, now, girl, you know this is not. You know this is really not in alignment. Yeah. Now, are you doing it for the plot?
And you might
Sometimes I do shit for the plot. I honestly do. Sometimes I'm like, this is not for alignment. This is for the plot.
This is for the pleasure.
This is for a little fun. This is for a little fun. Yeah. And I know that is probably not going anywhere.
And that's one of those micro choices, right? It doesn't have many long-term effects. Right. So that's okay.
Yeah. I give myself space to be human. But when it comes to, like, you know, a consistent feeling and, like, me wanting to do better and be better, it is important for me to, like, really come back to the center. Yeah. So that I'm not feeling that cognitive dissonance. And really what we're saying here is that we want to empower you that even if you feel like you have limited choices or you don't have the upper hand, feeling empowered is not about having unlimited choices. Yeah. You know, that's not what we're saying. Figure out a way to get more choices. That's not what feeling empowered is about. It's about believing in your ability to make the most of the choices that you do have.
Period.
What do you have in front of you right now to choose from?
And honestly, if you work out of that, then you'll always do your best. That's the thing, you know, wanting to always do your best is making a choice that I'm going to strive for excellence despite what I see or what I have. It means like I'm just going to show up and give what I got. Yeah. Which is going to be the best and making the most out of what I have right now. It's the agency. We have to take more agency of our lives.
We do have to take agency. We have to stop being victim and feeling like, you know, we're not active participants in our life. And I feel like even if we do have limited choices, the more that we exercise making the best out of the choices that we do have, we'll start being presented with better and different. Period. You know, you kind of just got to push through.
Yeah. And what else we have to do is take a quick little break. But after this, we're coming back with tools for your toolkit. So stick around.
Okay, y'all. So before we get to the tools for your toolkit, we want to make sure everything's running smoothly over here. Otherwise, we won't be able to provide tools.
Period. Otherwise, the Homegirl Depot will be shut down.
Closure.
Until further notice.
Liquidation sale. So, y'all, we need to have a town hall meeting.
We're calling it to order. What is that? Meeting adjourned. Actually, the meeting has not been adjourned. It's just starting.
I forgot what it is. We have been out of
We're bringing the meeting to order.
Yes. So, there's a requirement here to rate and review the show. And if you have not done that, you are not in compliance. So, I need you to take a few seconds to pause the show right now and leave a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts if that's where you're listening. And you also have the option to do that on Spotify. Wherever you choose to do it, do it. And then hit subscribe on YouTube. That's what you all need to do to be in compliance, to be a homegirl listener or a homeboy or a supporter of the show.
Whoever you are listening anywhere in the world, just do your part.
Do something. Also, you are required to share.
Oh, yeah.
You're required to share. Now, I know some of us are doing the more of the introverted share route, which is like sending a little text or something to a homegirl, homeboy. But for my extroverted girlies, I need it loud and I need it proud on your socials. I need you screaming.
Whatever platform you prefer to use, we'd actually like you to share it there.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. And if there's a new platform, there.
Or if you're still on Facebook, take it there
too.
We don't give a damn. Threads.
Yeah.
Wherever the girls are communing.
We need to be.
Go over there and do
via
it.
your voice. So, yeah.
We're using you as the vessel. Be the vessel. Okay? Y'all do it.
Places, yeah.
Next, you can join us at the Homegirl Hangout which is our exclusive membership community. We're doing cool things over there. We
are.
have a really cool group chat where we get to talk about the episodes or really whatever we're feeling like talking about. Book club is back, babes.
Book club is back.
The
this
girls'
first
weekend.
Month, the girls' weekend. Cheers to the girls' weekend. That is a book that
Cheers,
we're reading.
bitch. You better watch those B words, baby. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're reading the girls' club. I mean, the girls' club. The girls' weekend. So book club is back. Journal prompts are up. Weekly, the monthly affirmations are there. The monthly check-ins are there. The Bravado bonus is there.
It's a lot there.
There's a lot there. And not only is there a lot there, there's tons of shit from like in the archives.
Yeah.
So when we're saying there's a lot there's years and years and years and years and years of content. So if you are obsessed with us like you say you are, you might want to go over to the Homegirl Hangout and just get more of what you love. Just do it.
It's there for you.
The link is in the show notes.
It is. So let's get back to the show.
Let's get it.
Okay, here's everyone's favorite part.
It's what we're here to do.
Tools for the toolkit. We drag you and then we hug you.
We drag you and then we slap you on the ass and send you on your way to be great.
This is the part where we slap you on your ass and send you on your way.
Yeah.
Tools for the toolkit. So we already know that everything in our life is a reflection of the choices that we make. If you want different results, you have to make different choices. Yeah. And we are going to let you know how you can do that, how we can do that, because we all need help.
We're all here together.
So first step.
First off, let's beat bang.
And this is an important one. You know where we usually start.
Listen, it's always in the...
And it's
go
with
ahead
the self.
And kick it off. Yeah.
It's with the self. So the first thing we're going to do is identify our self-limiting beliefs, our limiting beliefs and our self-doubt. Mm-hmm. Those things in our minds that are working against us. When we have these negative thoughts pop up, we're going to challenge them.
Yeah.
We're not going to accept them. We're going to challenge them. When you're faced with self-doubt, you're going to ask yourself this. Is this thought helpful or is it harmful? What's really going on here?
Listen.
Is it based on evidence or is it based on fear? And that right there will get you together.
Every time.
That right there will get you together. Do I have evidence of this or am I just operating from a space of fear?
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? And then you're going to reframe your negative beliefs. Turn, I can't do this. This is not for me. Into, this is a challenge. This is a challenge. And I'm willing to take it on and learn and grow from it.
Mm-hmm.
Take that I can't out of your vocabulary.
Ooh, baby, mine got roots. Mine got roots.
Deep rooted.
You know, sometimes the I can't just... The heels are in the ground. It's like that.
It's so easy to be like, I can't do that. Actually, you know, that's not my thing.
I actually can't.
I can't. But you can't. You're going to have to start.
We're digging it up. We're pulling it out.
You're going to have to start.
This is the year of
because
pulling it out.
Because while we're saying we can't do something, and the next breath we're saying, I can't keep doing this. I'm so tired of this.
Right. And another thing is, while you saying you can't, somebody's saying they can, and the world's still turning. And now you're just stuck. Okay? You're stuck where you once were. Because not even where you once were. You stuck where you are. And everybody else is just
they're doing it,
moving on.
They're
because
not,
they can.
They can.
Why you can't?
Imagine that.
Yeah, no, you ain't gotta imagine
it's happening. It's happening.
You can see it real time.
It's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Another thing we're gonna do here at this step is celebrate your success. Give yourself that confidence boost that you need when you make something shake.
Period.
You know. And this helps you. This helps boost your confidence. I'm in the spirit of, I'm in a season of celebrating any and everything. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Mm-hmm. That was done. Things did that. And you should be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That helps you. And then we also have to seek external support. We are not created to do this shit alone.
Ooh, come on.
So if you need to talk to a therapist, a coach, a mentor, a bestie,
somebody, your mama, your daddy, cousin, first
someone
cousin,
that can help
cousin.
you identify these limiting beliefs,
a safe space,
and
of sorts.
debunk them is important. Yeah. You don't want nobody who's putting a battery in your back to keep it going.
No,
you want somebody who's you want somebody who's going to be like, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
we're not doing that. Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
In love.
Yeah, we need people to help you overcome this shit.
Yeah, another tip, y'all, to make better decisions. better choices is to set clear intentions and values. Set your intentions clear and your values, have them straight. So this looks like spending time in your reflection, asking yourself questions like, what truly matters to you in your life? Right? Write down your core values. Is it integrity? Is it adventure? Is it creativity? Is it spontaneity? Is it abundance? Whatever those things are, we're going to be operating from that space. And then you're going to connect your values to your goals. So how can your values guide your decisions in different areas of your life? So your career, your relationships, your health. What does it look like to be like, I want relationships, or I want to operate out of integrity in your workspace, in your business, your entrepreneurial endeavors? Allow those values to really be the catalyst and the wind beneath your decisions. Okay. Next, you're going to visualize your desired future.
That's important.
You're going to see yourself there. You're going to see yourself there. Imagine your ideal life in detail. How can your choices today move you closer to that vision? Right? If you are somebody who wants to be a morning person, what decisions and choices are you making that's going to help you get closer to being able to get your ass up on time?
Listen.
Is it going to sleep? Is it meal prepping? Is it getting your clothes laid out for the first day of school? What is it? But you need to start doing those things. And lastly, when it comes to setting your clear intentions and values, is to make value-based decisions. So when you're faced with options, ask yourself, this is going to be the real thing. Does this choice align with my values?
The self-accountability every time.
Exactly. It's keeping yourself in the driver's seat, babe. Hands are 10 and 2. You never relaxed.
No, you're active.
You never was driving with your knee.
You were never getting chauffeured.
It was never that.
You were never getting chauffeured.
It was never that.
You were always in the driver's seat.
It always gave driver's seat 10, 2.
Foot on gas.
Adjusting the mirror, the rear view.
Listen.
You really locked in. Once you doing that, adjusting, putting your seatbelt on, oh, we clocked in. We clocked in and we on a trip.
And that's a powerful motherfucker right there.
Once you're
asking, does this decision align with my values each and every time? It's like,
yeah.
Whew. Wow.
Yeah. You got to ask yourself.
Okay, next tool. We're practicing self-awareness and introspection. Yeah, we're taking it there. We're taking it there. We're not just staying on the surface with our lives, with our thoughts, with our feelings, our emotions. We're taking it there. So this looks like our mindfulness exercises, meditation, journaling, to help you become more aware of your thoughts and emotions. Baby, every time I get to crack and open that motherfucking journal, I'm like, I'm here.
I'm cracked open.
We're here.
I crack it open.
When I'm prompted to respond to something and really think about my thoughts and my emotions, I'm like, there's something here that I wouldn't normally be addressing.
Yeah.
If I would have kept this journal closed.
Yeah.
But we got to do it.
Yeah.
Also, we're paying attention to our feelings. How do the different choices you make you feel? Because there's always a feeling. There's always a feeling.
Remember that song?
Of me. Yeah. How do you feel? Are your choices aligned with your inner compass? Do you feel good after you make the choice? That's the thing. Sometimes the choices that feel good while we're making them don't feel too good afterwards. The after effect is not good.
Yeah.
And that can be an indicator.
Not
to make that shit again.
Let that
can
one
be an
rest.
indicator. Don't do that no more.
Yeah.
Also, seek feedback. This is important.
You gotta be.
You gotta.
No ego.
You have to tap in with people that you trust, that are close to you, and ask them their honest perspective on the choices that you're making.
The Risa was supposed to tell somebody what was going on.
She had to.
That would have helped her.
That would have stopped a lot.
A lot of the turmoil.
Because baby, when she told me she was going to look at another house, I would have been like, I think
you gotta stop.
I don't think that you should go see any more houses. There's actually something going the fuck on that's not right. And sometimes
I seen on TikTok, Landon saying, I need the proof of motherfucking funds. I need the proof of funds. That's what it needs to be.
And that's the thing. But even Risa admitted that she made a choice. She said, I chose to let him get away with it.
Yeah.
I chose to let him get away with that lie. And that's why you need the trusted source to say, now, why would you do that?
Right.
Sometimes when we're left to our own devices,
that hurts.
I know, but it has to hurt. Truth hurts, like Selena Johnson said.
Truth hurts.
And
I never got over you.
That's Fantasia, and that's Truth is. That's another truth.
How does truth hurts go? I'm so contagious.
No.
What the hell?
Stop.
Who is that?
I don't know. That's Selena too.
No, that is Truth Hurts. Contagious. Her name is Truth Hurts.
Oh, her name is Truth Hurts. Oh.
The way we could just.
Girl.
Yes.
Her name was Truth Hurts.
Her name was Truth Hurts. I'm so contagious.
Who is Selena?
It turns my. You said that. I don't know.
Oh.
But I think you meant truth is.
No.
Maybe you meant contagious.
I meant Truth Hurts. The bottom line is the truth does hurt.
Sometimes
but what hurts worse
is lying to
being
yourself.
Played with like a fucking fiddle when someone could have told you no. And I know how it feels. Yeah. I know how it feels to get shot down when you're presenting something. This nigga right here. This motherfucker right here is making some crazy
Please watch on YouTube. Y'all know that. This nigga.
But it feels so much better.
Yeah.
Than being dragged through the ringer. And we're going to do this self-reflection regularly. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be a once a year thing. It's going to be something that we're doing frequently, daily, weekly. We have to keep a magnifying glass on the choices that we're making. The
kind that you put in your eye and you hold it with your eye. You know that one, the old school?
Yeah, the old school kind. The kind where we have to say, you know, is there some changes that I can make? What can I do for improvement? Because I'm noticing something.
The kind that be on a chain.
Yeah. You got to pull it up to your eye every day. Pull it up to your eye and say, now what have I done this week? What are the choices that I have made this week?
Baby, I'm in tears.
And how have they contributed or taken away from my improvement?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. You keep that magnifying glass off of them. And you realize that you're doing something that you just should not be doing every day.
When I tell y'all I'm in tears and something was already in my eye, a mess. Okay, y'all, next tip. We are overcoming decision fatigue and information overload. This is a big one. We know what decision fatigue is, just having too many options or tired after you have to make decisions. And we're making decisions all damn day long. So what we're going to do is create a decision-free zone. You're going to designate specific times for making important decisions and for avoiding decision making when fatigued. Don't nobody ask me a damn thing.
Yeah.
Don't ask me am I cooking. Don't ask me none of that. I actually ain't doing shit today.
Yeah.
You're going to limit information intake. So that looks like setting boundaries on news and social media consumption to avoid information overload. Sometimes you just feel like you're taking in a lot. Everybody's lives, everybody's thoughts, everybody's opinions, every breaking news event, every catastrophic world event. Yeah. And I get that there is a lot going on. And I think that we should definitely be tapped in and
aware,
socially aware and conscious of what's happening in the world around us. But sometimes it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's okay to give yourself permission to unplug from all of that occasionally.
Yeah.
Prioritize ruthlessly, right? So this looks like focusing on the most important decisions first and delegating or eliminating less critical ones. You need to use that Eisenhower matrix that we talked about a few years back. Right? Figuring out what's really important for you to do as far as tasks or even people, things that you are allowing to come into your, world. I can't do it all. So I'm gonna have to say yes to some things and no to some shit. And then lastly, like I mentioned, use decision-making frameworks. So utilizing tools like that Eisenhower matrix. You can also use lists like pros and cons. Decision matrix is, or just your intuition, right? To simplify complex choices. I actually cannot do that, y'all. I got a gut feeling I can't do it. With the gut. I'm not moving.
What's happened to our intuition?
Yeah. You got to operate out. Use some tools.
You do.
My eyes are bothering me. Oh, y'all. Sorry if you're watching and you see me keep rubbing my eyes. There are things happening. But the show must go on. What's the next tip?
So the next tip is to embrace the power of no in setting boundaries. There goes the boundaries again. That's another thing that always makes its way back around. Boundaries are so important. We have to recognize our limitations. You can't do everything.
Yeah.
You just can't. So when you say no, that allows you to focus on the things that truly matter.
Tap back and the choices. Essentialism.
And the choices that matter as well. Like, I'm doing too much. Yeah. Also, communicate assertively. We have to open up our mouths and we have to speak. Practice setting clear and respectful boundaries to protect your time, your energy, and your well-being. Because if you don't, you are going to learn. You are.
The thing is, if you don't make a decision, somebody's going to make a decision for you.
That part.
You feel me? So if
a choice will be made.
A choice will be made. Rather you are making the choice or someone else is making the choice.
Yeah.
If you don't choose that I am scheduling time for myself, then guess what? Somebody's going to make a choice or a decision to fill your calendar up with all of the things that they need to be done. So decide. Make a choice.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, somebody will do it on your behalf. And that's the last thing you want to do, because their choices will impact your overall well-being. Right? Even think about this. No, just go.
Okay. Also, we have to prioritize our self-care. Saying no to others means that we can say yes to the things that we need for ourselves. So it's okay to say no so that you can say yes to yourself.
Period.
And if people are hurt about that or they can't handle that,
they bad.
What is that telling you? And also remember that no is a complete sentence. Sometimes you don't need to justify the no.
Yeah.
You know, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm unable. Sorry. That's just what it is.
What I was going to say, y'all, explain is like people who say they don't want to vote. I'm not going to vote. They're deciding not to vote.
You're still making there's a lot. That's layered.
Well, what I'm saying is in your decision to feel like you're not making a decision or you're not going to actively choose, somebody's going to decide for you what the policies will be, what, how you will definitely be impacted, and you will be impacted. So just remember, take agency in your life, all aspects of your life. And now we're going to get back to it, beloveds. The next tool is to pay attention to your can'ts. When you say I can't, you got to explore the underlying reason and see if there are ways that you can reframe it, right? So shift your mindset, reframe I can't to I haven't learned yet, or I'm not ready for that right now. This opens up the possibility for you to remain in a growth mindset.
Yeah.
Not just like, oh, I can't do it. You don't
and
remain stagnant.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like, maybe not right now, but I'm open to doing it in the future. Again, we're celebrating those small wins. We're acknowledging our progress, no matter how small, because this fuels motivation and reinforces that we can do things. This reinforces that fuel that we need to keep doing more things. We love a little push.
We need to be fueled.
Yes. And then we're going to be breaking down our goals into smaller steps. So something that seems overwhelmingly impossible to do, break it down into tasks that are more manageable by setting achievable milestones. And then lastly, focus on your progress, not perfection. So celebrate the journey and not just the destination. There's a lot to learn along the way. It's not just about when you're getting off the exit and pulling up. Think about all the songs that you could have been singing during the road trip. That's fun too.
For real.
You
mentioned
the snacks you could have been eating.
You mentioned breaking down.
Yeah, pop, lock, and drop.
Our goals into smaller steps. That's a good segue into the next tip, which is to start small.
Mm-hmm.
When we make small, intentional changes that align with our values, that definitely builds momentum. So if you want to eat healthier, if that's the thing, like I want to eat healthier and right now you're not eating anywhere near healthy, we got to start somewhere. Yeah. We got to start somewhere. So you can start by Mondays or Tuesdays or whatever, one day out of the week being your healthy lunch week. This is a day where I pack me up something healthy and I take it for lunch each week. And then you can increase from there, like do something small. If you want to start off by being active, maybe you're not going to the gym 5 days a week right off the bat. But you're saying, I'm going to set aside 10 minutes a day to do something, yoga, walking, some sort of activity, and then I'll gradually increase to being someone who's in the gym 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Start small so that you can build up the momentum with your choices.
Or even thinking about saving, right? If you know you want to save more money, you just don't know how, maybe just start with taking $5 or $10. Like I'm going to take $10 from each check, every 2 weeks and put it aside. Then you can increase that amount. Maybe next month it's going to be 20, or in a few months I'll increase it to 30. Give yourself the grace to start small, to be a beginner.
That really be what determine us.
Sometimes. I know, because we try to come off like a pro. We try to come in pro vibes, and it don't always give that. You got to start where you are.
Yeah.
Next tip, y'all, we are finding accountability partners. So share your goals and your progress, your challenges with a friend, a mentor, a coach, a therapist, somebody who wants to support you, somebody who can support you, right? Having someone to check in on you is going to make all the difference in holding you accountable and living the life that you want and in your success or your unsuccess. Is unsuccess a word?
I think so.
Yeah.
Unsuccessful. Unsuccess.
It's whether you're successful or not.
Yeah.
Tap in with somebody.
The accountability partner is key.
Period.
It's have a shoulder to lean on.
Cry too.
Final step is to remind yourself that you get to choose.
Mm-hmm.
You have the power to shape your life by the choices that you make. You've got the power.
What? What? I'm a survivor.
No, but for real, every day we are presented with countless opportunities to make choices. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do when you're presented with something? That's both big or small. You know what I'm saying? Every single day, if you want to eat, every day I have the choice to eat breakfast or not. And I'll be sitting up there choosing not to sometimes and then wondering, oh my God, I lost weight. You know, it's just like, girl, come on. Let's start with the choices. Let's start with the daily choices.
Yeah.
And when you make a choice or a decision, rather than letting yourself be ruled by impulse or, you know, not have much thought into it, you're going to feel yourself really starting to take ownership and control over your life. It's like, I consciously made this decision. I took the time to figure out like what the impact would be. And this is not to say that we're perfect.
Yeah.
We're not. But this is just about being more conscious and making better choices and then seeing how our lives improve because of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
Love that. Okay, girlies.
So we hope that you found some value.
For sure. And just remember, like, choice isn't just a one-time process. It's ongoing. It's constantly
to the day you
evolving.
die, to the casket drops.
Yeah. So.
Wow, that's the type of shit that be stressing me out sometimes.
Did you always have to make a choice?
Yes.
That's good. That means you're alive. Once you don't have to make no choice, baby, you at his feet.
I'm done.
You actually are at his throne.
I'm done. I know, but it's just the fact that, you know, it really is something that it's a good thing overall. But it's a part of adulting where it's like, damn, another choice I got to make. But overall, it feels good to know that I'm able to control my outcome more than I think because of the choices that I'm able to make, that I have the agency to make.
Yeah. And that's where we have to stay. We have to stay in that place, in that mindset. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, like my friend here just said, actually, this is my best friend. Put some respect on it. Remember, you have the power. It's better for you to have the power than not.
It is, for sure.
Hopefully y'all loved it. Let us know you loved it by sharing it with a homegirl. Okay, y'all, it's time to transition to our last segment. We've kept you a long time today, but it's time to pick up your pen.
We're dropping a gem.
So this is the part of the show where we get to share the things that are checking us, wrecking us, inspiring, the things that we are loving. We also invite you to use the Homegirl Hotline and share your gems. That number is in the show notes.
For you.
You can text us. You can DM us. If there's something that you're like, yo, this I'm vibing with, share it with the community, or I just think y'all would love it. So I have a gem today that I want to share with you all. It's an app. It's a journaling app. It's called Day One. I know some girlies are more digital. And for those of us who are digital, who like to use our cell phones or your iPad, I found that this is a really helpful app. It keeps track. What I like most about it is it tells you if you have a streak, right? So anytime there's a streak, you're building a habit, then you want to keep coming back. Yeah. And I will admit I fell off, but I started and I'm going to get back on it. So what I really like about
Don't miss 2 days in a row.
Oh, is that what they say?
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn.
Once you miss 2 days in a row, you're more likely to really fall off.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I really love is that there's a daily prompt. If you just get in the app and you don't know what to say.
I'm a prompt girl. Prompt me.
Yes. They have some really cool ones. And so the daily prompt today is, what tasks do I often avoid?
Ooh.
So sometimes it's just something, I didn't write that. I just opened that today. So sometimes it's just something to get your thoughts going, and then maybe you can explore more. I love that they have templates, which are really cool. They have like an evening template, a 5-minute template. Like I only have a few minutes to write, so 5 minutes. The 5-minute PM template, it says three good things that happened today, and then how can I make tomorrow amazing. So just little things like that. They have photos if you want to. Sometimes it'll prompt you and send you a notification like journal today. Just take a picture of what happened, what you loved about today. It might be your coffee, whatever it is, and you can use it as a photo journal. They have some suggestions from the music that you've recently listened to or your activity.
Is that interesting?
Photos. Yeah, like this might help you. Like you listened to this today. How did you feel? Yeah, and I just think it's really, really helpful. I've found it really nice. They have morning templates, afternoon gratitude templates, just quick check-ins, short and sweet, productivity, health and wellness, goals, spiritual, travel, creative. And I really love the travel journal.
I could find benefit from that.
A travel journal, because you can have your packing list, your itinerary, your daily travel recap. You know, sometimes you go on a trip and you're like, I don't even remember how I felt about it. Every day you can be like, we did this today. I really love this. I would not do this if I came back here. And you can keep it all in a little space. They have a creative template where you can brainstorm your ideas, sketches, and then seasonal, how you're feeling at the end of the year, the top of the year, spring,
love a seasonal feeling.
Summer, autumn, your birthday.
Check in.
So the Day One app, I love it. I need to get more consistent, and I'm going to. I just got a streak just from opening today, so now I can't stop. Now I can't stop. We'll link it so that if you want to check it out, you can.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. So we have reached the end of the road, but we will be back. As long as you keep coming back, we'll keep coming back. So
end of the road. Still I can't let go. It's unnatural. Ooh, you belong to me. I belong to you, girl. And what I wanted you to do was keep talking. And that was going to be
Well, you were so loud.
I didn't think I was.
It was distracting.
Okay. It was going to be like
Germany,
this.
girl, we done got it. You guys, thank you so
much. We'll do it again next week, y'all.
Next time we'll work on this portion of the show. Okay. Love you.
Love you. Bye.